year does not bring anything to you. You walk into the year with your own plans. So my advice to everyone out there is that even as we walk into 2025, whatever plans that you have, first of all, you have to commit it to God and you have to take action. And I'm sure the year will be fruitful for you as well.
At the Christ Family Crusaders Church in Dome, the congregation engaged in prayers for the nation, with the clergy calling on Ghanaians to shun fear-mongering disguised as prophecy.
We believe in prophecies. The Bible says we should not despise prophecies. But we don't believe in fear-mongering. The Lord has told us that He will be with us to the end of the ages. So even in this life, even things are not going well, we know His presence makes the difference. And so, whilst we welcome prophecies, we don't welcome fear-mongering.
The significance of the 31st Ward 9 services is to usher Ghanaians into the new year with hope and a renewed mindset.
Now, the outgoing president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has stated that serving the country for the past 8 years has been the greatest honor of his life. In his last end-of-year message to the public, the president stated he does not see himself solely as a leader, but a Ghanaian who is humbled by the trust the people have placed in him. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo also highlighted the various initiatives he has introduced, including the free senior high school program, adding that Ghana has also seen significant improvements in health, telecommunications and agricultural sectors during his term, and is hopeful the country's economy is rebounding due to the effective measures put in place.
Serving you has been the greatest honor of my life. I stand before you not just as a leader, but as a fellow Ghanaian, humbled by the trust you have placed in me and inspired by the resilience and fortitude I have seen in each of you. Together, we've walked a journey of transformation, and it's a journey I will always cherish. We've worked tirelessly to lay a foundation for a Ghana that is strong, united, and full of opportunity. The free senior high school policy has given hope to millions of young Ghanaians and their families. We've seen our healthcare system strengthened, our roads expanded, our industry strengthened, our agriculture revitalized, and our digital landscape transformed. Our economy is rebounding impressively, as demonstrated by the remarkable 7.2% growth achieved in the third quarter of 2024, with the year's growth rate projected at 6.8%. These achievements are not just numbers or statistics. They are stories of lives changed and futures made brighter. As we step into 2025, I encourage us all to hold on to the hope that has carried us this far. This is a time for new dreams and renewed commitment. Let us embrace the opportunities that lie before us, driven by the belief that our best days are still ahead. Ghana's story is not about her leaders, it's about her people. Each of us has a role to play in building the nation we envision.
Let's head to the High Court now, where the court will today deliver its final verdict on the new patriotic party's mandamus application against the Electoral Commission. Presiding Judge Justice Forsen GHOne is expected to deliver the final verdict on the case this morning. This follows the disputed parliamentary elections in 4 constituencies, which has drawn a legal objection from the NDC. Lawyers from the NDC and its parliamentary candidates argued that the mandamus application filed by the NPP is effectively an election petition disguised as a procedural request. Counsel for the NDC, Edu Tamaklo, contended that Allegations such as intimidation and duress cited by the EC as reasons for nullifying the election results are substantive matters that fall under Section 16 and 20 of the PNDC Law 284 and requires evidence to be resolved in court. He also asserted that the case filed constitutes an election petition rather than a straightforward mandamus application. However, Gary Nimako, counsel for the NPP parliamentary candidates, dismissed the NDC's objection as misconceived. And still on the court proceedings yesterday, both parties have been reacting after the proceedings yesterday. Take a listen.
We have every patience for the law. A court process may be slow, but with surety you will get the results when you know you are on firm grounds. What it is about this, simply put, the Electoral Commission itself has stated with emphasis that there is no such thing as a declaration of results in Okaikwe Central, Ablekuma North, and Tema Central, as well as Domiko Abenya. So they have already administratively declared those results as illegal, and the Electoral Commission is doing its work. So this argument that they declared results is neither here nor there. However, we have firm belief that in the end we will be victorious. Well, they were coming through the back door. They tried to use ambush tactics to get a constituency recollection, which we don't have it in our laws. The one to do declaration is the returning officers. They have done their work. You are not satisfied with their work. What do? You come by a petition.
Is that why you describe the mandamus as a...
It's a backdoor method. The mandamus is meant to force them to do an action they have not done. But they have done the action. They concluded the action. Their work is to what? To collate and declare. And they have collated and declared. You are not satisfied.
As a party, you have to come on the first day of January. What's the expectation?
Yeah, they want the judge to do justice for it.
What justice means?
And to throw them away.
That's the only way that...
Allow our MPs to be sworn in, simple and short. They want the election. Okay. They must be represented. The people need representation in Parliament.
Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission has finally declared Faustina Eliklim Akrugu of the National Democratic Congress as the Member of Parliament-elect for the Dom Kwabenya constituency following the election on December 7. Now, the declaration comes after the Commission initially declared null and void the results of the election, which had declared the NDC candidates winner based on disputed results from one polling station. Now, speaking to the media after her declaration, the MP-elect assured constituents of working assiduously to bring development in the constituency.
The declaration follows a 2-week dispute between the NDC and the MPP over the winner of the parliamentary contest in the Dom Kwabenya constituency. The Electoral Commission had resolved to rerun the parliamentary election in the Abokobi Women's Development Center 2 in the Dom Kwabenya constituency.
Total number of voters was 669, meaning that if you give that number to the second person, he will overtake the first person. So it means that you have to go and rerun election at that polling station. We are sending our report to the commission. Then the commission will take a decision when it should be done. But you are sure that it will be done before they are inaugurated.
However, during a press conference on Tuesday, December 31, 2024, the Electoral Commission made a U-turn, saying there's no need for the rerun.
Today, the Commission is pleased to note that it has brought proceedings and collation at the Dom Kwabenya constituency to a close. It has gone full circle, and we are convinced without a shadow of doubt that the outcome is
The Commission explained that the results for for the Abokubi Women's Development Center 2 was captured on a training sheet for the presidential elections, and that its investigations and calculations confirmed that it tallies exactly with what other parties recorded on election day as recorded by the returning officer.
What she has explained is that, as I mentioned, she recognized that she did not have the parliamentary pink sheet, she had the presidential. And so she tallied everything on paper. She had both agents of the NPP and the NDC confirm the figure, and they decided, they agreed to go to the collation center to obtain a copy of the parliamentary pink sheet. Once there, they were informed to go to the district office. On their way there, unfortunately, they were accosted by some thugs who threatened their lives, and in the process, she fled. The good news is that she had the sheet in her bag, but she fled. And she says that the agents also dispersed and they all left.
The returning officer for the Dom Kwabenya constituency therefore declared Faustina Elikplim Akrugu as MP-elect for the Dom Kwabenya constituency.
By the power invested in me as a returning officer, I declare Madam Akrugu Faustina Elikplim as the MP-elect for Dom Kwabenya constituency. Thank you.
Speaking to the media after the declaration, MP-elect for Dom Kwabenya constituency, Faustina Elikplim Akrugu, assured constituents of working hard to bring the much-needed development to the area.
It's hard work that will make the people maintain me for long. And so it's all going to be hard work. And the hard work starts today. And so I want to thank the constituents for having that trust in me and then giving me this mandate. And I can promise them that we are going to make sure Dom Kwabenya becomes a place that everybody will love to be.
Elikplim Akrugu added that the victory marks a significant shift in the constituency, which was traditionally dominated by the MPP.
You know, Dom Kwabenya has always been for the MPP, and this is the first time the NDC has taken that seat. So I just want to thank all those who came on board to support us, and the victory, the voice of the people has finally spoken. And so to God be the glory.
While expressing excitement about the declaration for the Dom Kwabenya constituency, Deputy Director in charge of IT and elections for the NDC, Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, said the NDC will fight to claim their outstanding seats.
All the forces are going for NDC. We won the seat fairly, clearly. What we are fighting over there at the High Court is all tomorrow that they are going to give a ruling on our objection that we raised, the preliminary objection. And it's very clear. What they did is that they are trying to use a backdoor to get whatever they are looking for. In fact, they are looking to come through a backdoor to have a petition filed. That is the form they are trying to do. And that is why our lawyers raised that objection. You cannot use that method, mandamus, to get that kind of method because those declarations were made. What is all here is not a real declaration. They're just confirming what they have declared already. Nothing has changed.
Now, away from the disputed parliamentary seat, the General Secretary of the NDC, Fifi Fiabikwete, has cautioned party members against attributing their overwhelming victory in the December 7 polls solely to their hard work. Speaking at the 43rd anniversary of the 31st December revolution in Ungwa, he emphasized that the electoral outcome reflected public disapproval of the NPP's arrogance, misgovernance and perceived wickedness. He warned that voters would not hesitate to hold the NDC accountable if they fail to meet expectations.
If we create the impression that these foundations belong to only one party, it creates a false impression that we have a nation full of angels in one party and full of devils in another. I look forward to a day where NPP will be seated on the stage with us when we celebrate days of this nature. Because the country requires that this patriotic understanding become the bedrock for the whole of the nation. Because sometimes our own people tend to hide under these principles and create the impression as if we are perfect and they are not. It is true that what we just witnessed on December 7 was Ghana coming together versus the NPP. The reason was because NPP went to the extreme and totally believed that this country had become their personal property. So the arrogance was unprecedented. The lie was unprecedented. The selfishness became totally unparalleled. We've never seen that level of greed and selfishness. The corruption, the decadence, the depravity, totally unheard of. And in the midst of all that, the policies were not spot on. So poverty became endemic. The poverty in the heart of Nana Akufo-Addo Bawumia and his government spread across the whole country. So naturally, the soul of Ghana will rebel. Comrades, when we celebrate, I want us not to forget that this victory essentially has been the victory of the soul of Ghana against the decadence of the NPP. And just as Ghana rallied against NPP, if we don't understand it, it will not be long. The soul of Ghana will rally against the NDC as well.
Meanwhile, the national chairman of the NDC, Aidoo, has strongly criticized outgoing President Nana Akufo-Addo for his selection of recipients for national awards. Speaking at the 43rd anniversary of the 31st December Revolution, he questioned the inclusion of individuals such as Hawa Kumsin and Brian Echampon, suggesting it sends a troubling message to the youth, encouraging pride in acts that include corruption, violence, and the harming of fellow Ghanaians.
We are beginning to worship money more than virtue. And even in our high circles, we have started conferring state honors on looters and murderers. What are we doing? We are teaching the youth that after all, there's nothing wrong with looting state coffers. That after all, there's nothing wrong with drawing a gun and shooting and killing your fellow Ghanaians. If anybody had any doubt about the brain behind all the killing and the looting that has taken place in the past 8 years, I believe the award ceremony that happened yesterday has cleared all the doubt that all the wrong things that were happening, all the wrong things that were committed by the appointees of Nana Akufo-Addo were actually endorsed by the big man himself. Otherwise, why would anybody with his head properly screwed on award people like Hawa Kumsin for shooting and killing Ghanaians during elections? Why should anybody be awarding a state honor to Brian Echampon? In fact, I feel cheated because the people of Brahafo deserve to have one of the honors conferred on Abronye, our regional chairman. And I believe that the people of Ashanti will also complain about why Chairman Wontumi was not awarded. Have we forgotten about the significance of state awards? It's been said that a nation that does not award its heroes is not worth dying for. So state awards are serious businesses. They must be reserved for people of distinction, people who have fought for a good cause. And if we award state honors to vigilante boys and girls, then that is what we are teaching the youth.
On that note, we end yesterday's news with me, Araba Aidoo. For more news, log on to starfm.com.gh. Do have a great year, and Lily Mohammed will be here shortly to bring you GH Today.